vigilant here. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, no! Oh my word. Oh my word. Could this be one of the finest defensive positions yet seen in any campaign? Here we're going to shift this regiment immediately onto the right flank here. We might even have to shift this regiment here as well. Quite clearly they're going to hit this flank pretty hard here, this right flank. Their left. Steady lad, steady now. Oh, what a shot there. Oh, lads. Let's get down and dirty. Greetings and welcome to episode 92 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod USA campaign, and this, my friends, how we left it last time, where we are absolutely, my friends, in the midst, absolutely knee deep here in a massive war in Europe. It really has sparked back into life again with that declaration of war by the Germans, and once again the Council has stepped forward with full vigour here, my friends. Your advice has been absolutely a wonder to read. It really has. It's been exemplary. All the council members, all the generals involved, I can only thank you, my friends. Your advice has been absolutely spectacular. It really, really has. And we have a number of issues to sort out here, a number of plans which are going to be laid down here today. So what you see now will be the start of the plans that the council has set in motion here. This is now going to be exactly what the council has put down. Now remember, there will be some diversions here of depending on what sort of the resources we have available to us. So if you don't see your plan being initiated now, don't think for 1 second, my friends, it's being ignored. It just means we need to get additional resources from somewhere else, or we're going to have to recruit, get the army group up, necessaries up, to be able to complete your plans. But don't think if they're not being considered now that they are being ignored. I would never do that, my friends. If you've put down a plan in the last episode, it will be brought to bear. I can promise you. It might not be done initially, but remember, we've still got a number of years yet. We've got to put. But at the moment, this is what they're going to do. This is going to be the bedrock here. The blueprint of these plans is going to be set now in this episode, and then what we're going to do is we're going to build up those plans eventually so they come to fruition. So you may see your plans being put forward a little bit quicker, and those you may not see some of your plans not coming up to the fore quite as quick as the other ones. But don't think that those plans that might not be done as quickly as the others are being ignored or forgotten, because they will be done in time, I promise you. We're just juggling our resources at the moment. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty here of the plans that have been laid down, and we're going to go over them, we've had a number of requests from many of the generals, many of the council members, where they like to find out where their armies are, and some have requested to be moved to different theatres of operations. So the first is Arbor, my good friend Arbor there. He's wanted to find out where he is. I've actually found his army here, right here. There it is. General Arbor Pendragon, right there, almost within a whisker here, my friends, of Hanover here. He's part of the army group here that's going to be striking into Hanover. He wants to know where he was. There it is, a wonderful, wonderful army. Look at that. Battle-hardened troops here. Good complement of fire support, lots of cavalry, an excellent cavalry general, one of the finest we have here. And of course he is on the brink here, my friends, of launching quite an operation against Hanover, possibly the first step to our plan of the Berlin invasion, but that a bit later on. So that is Arbor, good friend Arbor there. Now John Zick as well also wanted to find out where his army was as well, and we've actually put General Zick, I hope I'm saying the right name. Please excuse if I do say any of your names wrong. I don't want to sort of, disrespect any of your sort of heritage, as it were, my friends, or any of your family names. That is the last thing I want to do. But John Zick here, we've actually got General John Zick right here. Now, General Zick is one of the finest field commanders. He really, really is. But he's been joined by, or he's joining, shall I say, one of his oldest sort of comrades in the field as well, and that is General Dick Roberts as well. General Roberts, one of our finest tacticians, and they are good old compatriots. They really, really are. They've been in quite a number of campaigns together, and also many of their sort of plans laid down in the sort of council chambers, as it were, have been enacted upon this campaign. So they really are a very, very tough, formidable opponent, should we say, to those who stand in our way. So John Zick here, of course, as you can see, his army is replenishing. It did take quite a beating there in the purging of Newfoundland, should we say. But again, we shall get on to what can happen here down in North America as well, in Canada. We have a lot of work to do here. So that is where John is. Then we had Joseph Stalin, or General Stalin, as it were, wishing to be part of either the Don sort of theatre operations or the Ottoman, the Turkish theatre of operations here. Indeed, we have General Stalin is going to be part right here. He's now taking command of this quite an elite army here, mixture of course, Grenadier Guards, Fusiliers, very, very supported by a huge amount here of fire support, artillery. But part of this sort of rock here that stands in the way of the Ottoman armies, we gave the Ottomans an absolute thrashing last time, we really did. And why? Because the defensive position we were sat upon was probably one of the finest we've ever seen in any campaign. It really was absolutely wonderful. So that is General Stalin, of course, put now in charge of quite a formidable army there. And then of course we've got Alabama Beast here. Now Alabama has requested numerous times that he has an army started in the south here, in the Carolinas, in Georgia as well. Now I'm going to hold my hands up, I'm not particularly up with American geography, so I believe the sort of Carolinas is the nearest I can get to where Alabama really wants to sort of be stationed. So we've already begun here this army here. Now we're going to adjust this army. The composition of the army will not stay here, but Alabama Beast, this is going to be the start of your army, my friends. We will adjust this so that it becomes the army that you've requested, but I can promise you, you have not been forgotten, and you will see this army being put down for you. So that is all the requests we've received at the moment. If I've forgotten any of you or have not put down, please don't think that I have ignored you, my friends. Again, please remind me, I do have a memory like a sieve. I really, really do. So please put down any potential generals you want to be moved into. A lot of you requested, some of you might have been requested to be part of this sort of massive military force we're putting together here to strike into Europe and beyond. So please let me know what you want to see, my friends, and of course I'll do my utmost to do that. So let's first of all start where we need to be here. Now, many of the council in the deliberations have pretty much agreed that Newfoundland here, which we've already taken, had to be captured as a prerequisite to further operations in Europe, and also many have wanted Agvatuke taken as well. You want all of Canada, all of America that we can get, because remember, Britain is still that staunch ally of ours and holding quite a lot of territory in Canada. Most of you want that to be brought into the sort of the US fold before we go any further. So of course, once this army group here is back to full strength here, back to root health, as you can see, they were involved in quite a brutal fight last time. For some reason, seem to be getting this coming up when I'm telling you, so if you ignore this, my friends, today, I don't know, there seems some kind of bug here at the moment happening. So those of you who have requested for Akvatuk to be retaken, it will be retaken, my friends, and it actually has quite a lot of troops already in there. As you can see, they do have plentiful troops here. So, and also Akvatuk, I think itself does have quite a I'm not sure. Let's have a quick look here, gentlemen, please. Yeah, oh, good grief. Yeah. As you can see, that is going to take a lot of fighting to get ourselves. I mean, that is just a ridiculous amount of troops they've put into here. It isn't the quality of the troops, it's the sheer quantity, because they can just keep those troops. For some reason, my friends, this is bugged here for some reason, I'm not sure why. They have thrown a terrific amount of troops into this region here. I have no idea why. Let's just make sure we bring that under siege so they don't move out here, because if they start moving out here, so as you can imagine, this army group here is going to be very, very squeezed and pushed, but luckily we do have a lot of fire support within these armies. Now we trust this army group here entirely here. We've got no doubts whatsoever that they can defeat these Mughals here, but it will be a tough fight, because remember, the Mughals can absorb huge losses here and still throw in a massive amount of troops. So we really do have to hunker down when we move in here. We have to move in quite aggressively as well here, but we have a very experienced, battle-hardened army group here that is sort of forging the way here. Now, also, many within the council have also requested that we bring Iceland, and again take Reykjavik off the Swedes here, because many of you think that if we get rid of Sweden, this will open up not only a FOB or a forward operating base, but also it will remove another potential enemy as well. And so we're going to do that. We also are going to be moving against Sweden quite aggressively. We're going to use that army group and take Iceland, or what we might do is use one of these army groups here to actually take Iceland for us. It'll gain experience, and it'll also give us that FOB, that forward operating base we need within sort of the outskirts of Europe, as it were, there, so we can operate quite freely from the sort of the northwest, as it were, up there. So we might be looking to do that as well. Other plans including just keeping an eye on our own borders here. We do have a huge amount of coastline exposed here. We've also, dare I say, we've also forgotten about this, that these armies here have also got to be loaded up. Now, they're not full armies, but we've stripped out New Mexico, or New Spain, I beg your pardon. We can actually load them up into the ship here. And we're also going to send them to join their brothers in arms here. So we've still got some also down here as well. We've also got here in Caracas here, New Andalusia. We've also got an agent, and also we've got these gentlemen as well. We need a ship here with all due haste. Do we have any ships operating within the area? Any ships operating in the area at all? If you would please, gentlemen. Perfect. Now we have got these forces here as well, but they're here because we are keeping what is quite a significant amount of money that comes from Cuba open. But the trade lines here in Cuba are important to us, so that's why we haven't really stripped this out just yet. But what we'll do is we'll put the Inflexible as a temporary troop carrier. We don't usually use these heavy first rates as troop carriers here, but we are going to board, and also the army's going to get on board as well. We want the spy to be taken with us as well. Excellent. And again, also be sent up here to join their fellow compatriots. Now, for this operation here, when we move out, we're not going to take any naval support at all. We can command pretty much most of the seas anyway between here and Europe. So we should be okay here, but again, that is a risk that we have to take ourselves. Excellent. Actually join that there. We'll actually put this ship in there ready as well. We've got a couple of sloops already built here to take those forces away with us. Now, let's get on to the nitty-gritty here, my friends. Let's get on to the nitty-gritty. Now, many of the council. There's a couple of sort of divergent threads here moving along. Many of the councils said we have to do something about the Germans here, particularly here in the west of Europe here, and in particular pinpointing Berlin. Berlin really is the absolute beating heart here of the German Empire. Even if we look at what they've got here in Russia, nothing really matters more to the Germans than Berlin, and that's why they've absolutely packed it to the rafters with formidable fighting troops here. They really have put everything, all their finest troops are actually in this region here. As you can see here, they got Free Corps, they've got Republican Guards. I know they've got a few conscripts here, but that means that maybe they can't quite put the quality they want in. But as you can see, all of them are at full strength. That means they're not suffering any financial problems at all, because they're able to maintain these armies. So they've got a huge defensive force here, particularly these mortars, which can absolutely be a pain here. If we attack Berlin, there's a very strong chance it'll actually drag in the defenders of Dresden as well. So what we were going to do with, as you can see, look, I mean, they got Grenadiers here, Republican Guards, a very, very nice army indeed on the outskirts here of Stettin. What else do they have here? Let's have a quick look at what they've got available. Yeah, not the best here, mostly militia, so maybe they don't have the quality they just once used to. So Berlin was absolutely the main focus of many of the council's plans here. We have to strike at Berlin, and to do that we've got to commit a sizable chunk of our military assets here. Now, as you can see, we've already got quite a potent force here. We might actually bring as well General Ernekus here, who's currently governor of Denmark, out from Denmark here. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, that's well under control here. Denmark is firmly in our grip here. So General Ernekus will actually be joining here. Now, initially what we're going to do is we were going to bring everything we've got and just land on the coastline here, sort of, you know, on sort of this coastline here outside of Rostock. Take Rostock, take Wismar as well, and hold these as our sort of bridgehead, our beachhead as it were, on the coast here from the Baltic Sea. And then with these forces here on the eastern flank, we're moving to Hanover. Many of you said take Hanover so that you can strike it directly into the sort of this western flank immediately, and then land troops here in Rostock, in Wismar, establish a bridgehead, a powerful bridgehead, and then sort of move in all these troops at once and sort of have a massive sort of pincer movement to crush all of these forces in. So that's going to be one of our main sort of targets here. A lot of the council were calling for us to take Paris and actually give it back to the French, to bring the French back into the fold, back in on our side as an ally, to actually start attacking and fighting the Germans. Now, as you can see, the Germans still have Munich and Stuttgart as well. And as you can see, Munich is a very, very powerful city here. That's got a huge amount of production and a massive amount also of economy as well, and so does Dresden. So that's why they're not short of a few coin or two. They've also got Silesia here. So we've pretty much got a 50-50 split here of east and west. But Berlin is going to be our hub. We are going to draw the Germans into a fight for Berlin. We are not going to back down from that. That is one of the main primary goals here. Many of the council have asked for that, but also many of the council have said you must try and take Paris, give it back to the French, and then they try and draw them back into back into their good graces, as it were. Try and get them to be part of the war. Try and get them as another ally again, and also get military access. So again, we're going to try and take Paris and France. Now remember, we might not do it instantly, but it's still going to happen. We're still going to bring the French into this, especially with our war with Spain, which is absolutely, well, I would say it's not too far off from being in the wind again, shall we say, because they're minus 253, so the war with Spain is going to be pretty much inevitable. I think as soon as we attack Berlin, that will happen. So we do need to drag them into that fight as well if possible. Very friendly with them. Now they're at war with Spain, of course, because Spain has pretty much robbed them of all their territory. If it wasn't for us, as many of the council have said, if we hadn't given them Podolia and Galicia here, then they would have just been gone. The French would have been completely destroyed. They do still have Milan, but what we were doing, if we took France, it wouldn't be because from the kindness of our hearts. We're not here. We're not a charity, my friends. We're not here to help the French. We would be doing it for our own ends. We'd be doing it so the French would actually be part of our war again, because remember, if we can get France back into Paris here, and if we can hold this open for them, remember, because they're not going to be able to hold against all of these Spanish forces here, it means we can probably have to commit probably an army group at least to Paris for the foreseeable future. Now that's drawing a huge amount of military assets, military power away from the fronts, but that's what the council has deemed to happen. That's what will happen, my friends. Also, many of the council have also suggested and requested that Algiers is taken, so that we rob the Austrians of this outlet here, because as you can see here, they do have a powerful fleet here, but again, because we control the Gibraltar Straits here, nothing can move in and out, especially of our enemies, so Austria is pretty much trapped in here. We've got France as well attacking many of this port here, which is Cartagena here, which is the main port here for Spain. Most of their income comes through into here as well, as you can see, but also many of the council, or a lot of the council, have requested that we actually roll up here the Italian peninsula in Italy itself and actually take, because we are at war here with the Naples excuse me, my friends, and Sicily. And as you can see from this singular trade line here, they're getting in, well, Venice is getting in 32,358, and remember, Venice is a protectorate of Austria, so indirectly Austria is also getting a lot of money as well. So we have to be able to really crush this. Now what we don't want is for these forces to be freed up to be able to launch an attack wherever they want. They've got garrison guards. They really do have some very, very nice troops indeed. Nothing to be sniffed at all, my friends. They do have a lot of facilities available to them. So many of the councils requested and sort of put the plan that we have to take Italy and put us right up into the border here with Venice, and then from there we can either strike across into the Balkans here, into what used to be Yugoslavia, and attacking sort of the assets of the Germans here, because remember, Germany still has a huge amount of assets here in the Balkans, in the south here. They're still at war, of course, with the Ottomans. They're fighting each other tooth and nail. Greece was also suggested we take Greece and hand that to the French, or even hand that as part of a peace deal with the Ottomans in the future, but again, that's something we'll be looking at in the future. So remember, they still have a huge amount of assets here. Even if we take Berlin, this will not be the end of the Germans. We have a tremendous amount of work to do here, and a lot of fighting. And also, let's not forget, we have an army group effectively trapped. If this border here is cut, if this force moves across this border here, these gentlemen here are trapped in here. Luckily we managed to get them into a fort, and hopefully we can push the Austrians to attack us in this fort. But look at the sheer number of troops they have available to them. It is quite staggering. So effectively we are in the Austrian cauldron here, and we've gone into almost a hedgehog formation where we're sort of hunkering down here. The bristles are up, so that if we are attacked, they're going to have to be hitting those spikes, hitting those bristles, and if they want to fight, by damn, we'll give them a fight the likes of which they've never known before. We do have some very, very good armies here, some very good generals as well. If to excuse this, for some reason it's glitching here, my friends, as you can see, keeps popping up. And we've got General Zeno here as well, so we have equipped them with the finest. We've got a massive cavalry army here, which we did want to use for that mobility as well. So that pretty much covers many of the... Oh, I almost forgot them, my friends, of course. Many have said keep Ankara. We've also had a suggestion that we actually abandon Ankara and use these forces to move into the Don. Now, if for some reason, because we've got this naval task force here, it's actually blocking the Ottomans being able to push troops across the sort of the gap here, across this land bridge here into Anatolia. Now, if for some reason this is ever moved out of the way and we see these forces pouring in here, we will evacuate Ankara, because as you can see, the Ottomans have a massive amount of troops, although not in the best condition. Again, we could be worn down here, but now we've got these forces in position. It's unlikely, but still, we must be prepared for any eventuality. If for some reason this is pushed out and they start pouring troops across, we might have to evacuate. Now, it was suggested we evacuate these forces here and send them to the Don. Now, the Don has been there's been a real push by certain members of the council as well to get the Don reinforced. We are going to reinforce the Don with a full army group, mainly because not only do we want to hold it because it's basically a thorn in the side for the Germans and also gives us striking distance to the Ottomans, but also it allows us, it will give us the facilities then as well, the ability, dare I say, to actually start striking into these Prussian/Russian assets here. If we can rid the Germans of these sort of hiding places here, these areas that they're using to still send money and trade and forces and guns and munitions to other fronts. In particular here, most of the troops are moving through the Kiev, through Ukraine, through Minsk, as can be seen here, and onwards. And the only reason they're able to do this is because they've got these assets still here. If we can reinforce the Don, we can actually start moving, striking out, taking these assets from them. It'll also put us within striking distance of Georgia and Armenia, which are the last sort of holdings here of the Ottomans in this area. It also put us within close contact of the Persians, and ultimately our main sort of goal eventually, which is going to take a huge amount of time to do, is at Mughal Empire. Now we have had an excellent plan put forward as well, where we strike into Bijapur, also using Goa as a sort of a bridgehead is here, and moving into Bijapur, effectively trying to take this west coast here, moving into Mysore, establishing a strong sort of position here, a bridgehead here on the coast here, and then sort of moving upwards, northwards, and also moving sort of eastwards or northeast, shall we say, into Cuttack here and Bengal, or even striking Bengal and then move sort of rolling this way as well. So we've had some wonderful plans. Now, as I was saying, my friends, we can't do all of the plans straight away. These plans that you've put into place, Italy, for example, Algiers, they're all going to be done. All of these plans, barring some absolute something that comes out of the woodwork where everybody declares war on us and everything goes out of the window. Barring that, every one of your plans will be put into place. If you don't see it immediately, do not think that I'm ignoring it. Do not think it will not happen. It will happen. But most of these plans are, of course, predominantly because we have to have the facilities. If we don't have the military forces in place, we cannot do some of these operations immediately. But they still will happen in the future, I can promise you. Now, of course, we do have a massive amount of military assets here, so we need to really get on with this, to be honest with you. The first thing to do is we're going to put this composition of these forces into some kind of shape here. We've got these armies as well. We're going to start building these armies, putting them into proper positions here. As you can see, not all of them have got full. We need full stack armies to operate in Europe, because this is going to be hard, really. Excuse me, my friends. I've got the flu, so excuse any noises in the background from me. So we're going to use at least 2 army groups in Berlin. We're also going to be sending an additional 2 armies for the moment to the Don. Now there will be additional reinforcements in the future, but at the moment we're going to be sending 2 additional armies to the Don. We're also going to be possibly as well moving against Spain, i.e. Paris. But before we do that, we need to know what's in Paris. We're going to be sending a spy to Paris to find out what's going on. Let me have a quick look where our spies are momentarily. Well, just so we can get is there anywhere nearer? Harrisburg. Nope, I'm looking for spies. New England. Saxony. Now that's excellent, sir. Now we know what's here anyway. We already know what's going on here, but we need to know what's going on here. So we're actually going to send a spy out this way here to find out what's going on here as well. We need to find out what's going on down in Paris as well, so we're well prepared here. Remember, reconnaissance is going to be absolutely vital to us. It really is. Of course it's blocked, sir. Now of course we are getting lagged because of the sheer amount of troops that are available in situ here. We've got to be careful. Excuse any lag at the moment, my friends. So we're going to move forces down here. Oh, wait, oh, my mistake entirely, sir. Can we get around here? We can indeed. We've also got forces here, so actually we can reconnoiter here as well, because remember, the Spanish are moving forces up as well to support possibly into Paris here. So if we do this, it's going to be pretty brutal. Also, Luckily we've got a very, very strong naval task force operating in the English Channel. Now the Spanish do have a powerful fleet here, but nothing compared to ours here at all. But they do have significant troops available in Amsterdam as well. Mortars. Yeah, they've got Marines as well here as well. Oh, that's a real battle-hardened force there. And they've probably got a number as well dotted around. They do control. They also got Turin down here as well. But Paris is going to be one of our main goals. We're also potentially going to be sending additional forces as well to take Algiers. So we're going to try and do as much as we can here. Remember, we've got these troops as well, but none of these will be moving out until their composition is absolutely spot on, and every single one of them must be a full stack army. We're not going to be moving out with sort of half an army ready, or some different units missing. Everything has to be absolutely pitch perfect here. We cannot put a foot wrong here. We are committing literally 95% of all our military strength anywhere in the whole world here at the moment is going to be committed into Europe. It is a massive challenge for us. We cannot take the wrong step here. Everything has to be meticulously planned. Everything has to be done. I know that many of you are calling for a very quick strike against Berlin. If we do that and things are not absolutely bang on here, my friends, we will face possible defeat here in Berlin. The sheer magnitude of the defensive forces here in Berlin is quite extraordinary, because what to remember is most of these forces here will be dragged into the fight. All of these forces here will be dragged into the fight. If we take Hanover as well, we'll eventually push these defenders out of Hanover, which means they'll be pushed into Berlin as well. Even we might even have forces moving from Stuttgart and Munich as well, and Dresden. So eventually this will be just a titanic fight. We cannot slip up here. We must do this correctly. Now, to break the defense of Hanover, as you can see, they've already moved another army, beg your pardon, into here, and this is they've got Swiss line infantry, they've got Republican guards in here, they've got Landwehr as well, they've got, oh look at that, they've got Swiss pikemen as well, they've also got conscripts here. What have they got in Hanover itself? Yeah, that's a pretty powerful defensive force, particularly from the cannon here. But to be able to actually get into Hanover, we've got to take Hamburg, and Hamburg is defended quite well here. It's got superior line infantry, they've got one Republican Guard regiment, but the majority of it is going to be cannon. They've got a lot of fire support in Hamburg here. So to that end, we're going to have to send in, I think, General Arbour here with the cavalry is going to be the general that's going to take this fight. He's going to lead the charge into here. We have to take Hanover before we can move into Berlin. But if we take Hanover, there's a very, very strong possibility, that we will see forces diverted from Berlin into Hanover to try and retake it. If that happens, then we will strike hard against the Berlin garrison. And I think what we will do is we'll actually move General Ernoch in to support General Pendragon. We also have General Lewis B, General GS, and General Muhammad Ali as well. So we've got some, damn that glitch. We've got quite a lot of forces here that are going to be committed to this fight. Now we're just going to, now can I actually make that here? Now if we push into here, can we actually push across here without actually, I wonder if we can push in to this flank into this here without activating a fight here. If we could gather here on the western side here of Cuxhaven here, and then strike in our own time at Hanover directly, now that would be an absolute boon. It really would. We're going to send General Pendragon here as sort of a vanguard here, but can we push past them here? Yes, we can. Oh, that's an absolute joy to see. It really is. Now we also want General Ernoch as well to join in that task there as well. We'll actually send General GS in as well. We need to keep an army on the bridge there to prevent anyone moving in against us. I think what we will do is use General Ali as that sort of that force to hold it. We can actually slip past the defences here of Hamburg. We're going to keep General Ali here. Then ultimately we'll move General Ernok as well to join this group here. Then we're going to strike against Hanover here and try and wrest it from the Germans. Now, of course, the Germans are going to strike for Gdansk, and they've also got a very strong pocket of forces here in Silesia. So as you can imagine, that is something we've got to keep an eye on. That's why we've pulled these forces into Lodz here, just to make sure that we're not going to be caught unaware here. We can then, if they move along here, we can strike them in the flank, or if they try and move against Warsaw, they've got to fight this army group here first. We might even move General Broly here, who's absolutely been one of our finest generals on the Eastern Front here. He really has, as you can see from his army, has been in a huge amount of fights. And you can see it's almost he's going to be engaged here by General Gutmann here, who's brought a very powerful force here as well. Very powerful force, so that's going to be quite the fight. They're obviously going to try and break into Warsaw again. We've also got these forces here behind us in Belarus here, so you can see, you know, we are up against it here, my friends. We are up against it, and if Russia was ever to join the war, well, that would be something. If we can get rid of Sweden as well, it would open up trade here with the Russians, which would be excellent for us. It really would. But we've got coming in here, 54,000 here. As you can see, our tax income is absolutely boomed, it's rocketed. And again, the ministers are doing themselves proud here. Look at the army jet, look at that, what a wonderful sight there. Trade is being hit here. We've got Russia's been completely cut off, and Persia's been stripped here from a trade line. But we've managed to slip past here and actually gather our strength here. This army group has gathered its strength here, just to the sort of the south here of Cuxhaven. If we can get General Ernok in here as well, we can strike against Hanover then with a full power here. That sort of mailed fist will hit them there. Right, I think we can end this first turn here. It's been quite the eventful. Nothing much happened here, but look, as you can see, we're also raiding these lines here, drawing up their money. And we're also keeping the Austrians hemmed in here. Algiers is going to be definitely on our radar. We're going to take Algiers from the Austrians, as is recommended by the council. Right, let's end this turn, my friends, and let's keep an eye on what's going to go on here first while we end this turn. Let's see what happens. Once again, I'd like to thank all of you. Oh, of course, we're moving up for the Black Hills as well. The council recommended a couple of years ago that we move against the Black Hills. We haven't done that until now. As you can see, their flag is ragged here, so that means they're taking losses because they can't actually afford to keep the armies. Now, Great Britain has been a great source of strength for us, and a really store. Well, my friends, it seems that. Wow. Yes, that is. Yeah, this is going to be quite the fight. If we were to take this intercept here, I mean, that is a brutal fight. That's fine. That's what we've got roughly 9,000 men against 12,000 Austrians here. But I think what we're going to do is we're not going to accept that intercept here, because what will happen is these would come on, but the majority of these forces then would appear from somewhere in the direction, which means we'd be facing these but not know where these are coming from. We need them to come to the fort. They have to come to the fort to fight us. That's on our ground. If we move to intercept, then we're not going to lose that advantage. We're going to decline that attack. And again, we're going to decline that attack. That's 10,000. If we can draw these out and destroy them bit by bit, then we will take the fight. No. They're going to seal that border. Damn it, they have as well. They've... There it is, my friends. We've got no choice but to take this fight. That's 10,000. My goodness me, this is a fight and a half here. This is a fight and a half here. They are sending in their finest troops here to try and wrestle this garrison. Luckily we took the fort. General Ursoy here. We've also got General Mendoza here as well. And General Zeno here as well. This is going to be a heck of a fight. We've got to take this fight, my friends. We have to take this fight. My goodness me, we could actually destroy or at least heavily damage here the Austrians. As I said to you, my friends, luckily we took this fort. It could prove an absolute boon for us here that we've done this. this is going to be a monstrous fight. And this is why we might take this episode here, these episodes, to 6 USA episodes this time around. 5 or 6 at least, because we've got so much to do here. So much to do. And the Council have put such wonderful plans in motion here. We cannot ignore those plans. We really must do the best we can here. But this is going to be a fight and a half here, my friends. I kid you not. Whatever you do, my friends, hold on to your hats. Get that food in, get that drink in, my friends. Hold on to your hats, because this is going to be brutal. Thank goodness we took this fort. I'm hoping we can fight in this fort. I believe we can. But thank goodness we took this fort when we did. Because it's given us that defensive rock to which to fall back upon. We must stand strong here. We must stand strong here. Can we break the Hungarian garrison here? Can we smash them in once and for all? I tell you something, my friends, this army group has fought valiantly here, and they went into this without all their eyes open. They knew what the consequences might be of moving in so deep into the sort of the interior here of the Austrian territories. They knew what it would be, into the sort of the strategic depths of the Austrian. Oh my word! Thank you, and thank you again. This fort has probably helped us, potentially, not yet, because we haven't done anything yet, but potentially hold against what would be. And we've also got the clock, so luckily we've got the clock remaining here, especially for this fight. Otherwise it would probably last about 3 hours. So we've given ourselves now, I know that some council have recommended we take the clock off here, but we've been bitten as well also by some of the enemy not being able to bring troops onto the field, and they've bugged out, and we've lost a lot of forces because of that. So we're not going to take that chance, especially now. So we've got 1 hour with which to hold this fort, and by damn, we're going to do it, my friends. I can assure you. They're obviously going to come in from this way, because whichever way these armies are facing, when you first deploy, is the direction the enemy's going to be coming at you from. Right, let's get these gentlemen ready here. Let's get them on the parade ground here. Gentlemen, if you would please, thank you. What the blazes is going on? A long rifleman, that's why. We've got a regiment here as well. Oh, look lively, lads. Thank you. Oh, we've got plenty of cavalry as well. 45th Regiment of Cavalry. We've got a huge amount of cavalry. We're actually going to move General Emre here. Emre Ersoy here behind the sort of the command HQ for the moment. 151st. Again, as you can see, already experienced here. 152nd. 157th. Oh, look lively, lads. Look lively. (155th) regiment here, which we'll start putting here. 156th here. Let's just move the general out of the way here. Now, last time I left, in that last fight, I left the regiment in the village and then blamed them for going down. It was actually my fault for not deploying them properly. So those long rifles will actually prove invaluable to us. They really will. And as you can see, these gentlemen here, we got 225 long rifles. Wow. Not going to say no to that. Right, we've got everybody inside here. This is our full complement here of the defensive army. So, of course, we have our, which are going to deploy exactly here in the centre. Of course, we've got to hold this flag of that there. The American Eagle in all its glory. Now, I think we need a combat hardened group here. Just to have this regiment here stationed at the point of first impact here. I think then we'll have, I think we'll have the 156th along the front wall here. We are going to come under extreme amount of pressure from probably all around. So again, we can't deploy everything here. It has to be deployed very, very carefully here. We've got this regiment as well here, which we'll actually put across the bridge here. We have to deploy 154th. They'll definitely come across here and try and break the bridge here. I wonder if we can put these irregular riflemen here as sort of a gap filler here, but still wonderful regiment. I am not in any way, you know, demeaning their skills. We've got a lot of cavalry here. Ideally we need more troops and cavalry, but that's the way it's gone. We'll put this regiment here, again trying to guard as many of the sides as we possibly can. 155th. Again, we can readjust the regiments depending on what comes our way. 151st, we will redeploy these regiments, of course, you know, if the situation warrants it. We've got 4 regiments still available to us. We've got to try and protect as much as we can. We don't know which direction all the Austrian forces are going to be coming in. Remember, there's 10,000 additional troops coming in, and they will pour in. They will absolutely pour in. So we're going to be shifting these forces around a lot. We can't really even keep any in reserve either. Every single force has to be pulled into this fight. We've also got these gentlemen as well, which will actually, we'll hold back the riflemen as our reserve force. Actually, we can't. We've got to have them here. So we've pretty much covered every force. Now, there's no point in keeping... I think what we'll do is we'll keep the general here. Now, there's no point in keeping these cavalry inside the walls here. We'll keep one regiment inside the walls here as a sort of a defensive guard here. But ultimately, we need the cavalry out, and we're going to keep them as a gentleman. We'll keep them as a mailed fist here out. 220. Look at that. That is a glitch and a half there. 225 cavalry. If we can use these to really strike at the flank of the oncoming enemy, then we've got a chance. We'll keep one regiment inside the fort as a defensive measure. In case any of them break through, we've got to use them to sort of plug any gaps. But I think we're set up as best we can here. We know where the initial strike's going to be. Here, this point here. Let's begin, my friends. Oh, good grief. Let's deal with these. Oh, my compliments to the chef, sir. Oh God, they got cuirassiers here. This is going to get mud. Oh my goodness me. They're going to be striking all along this flank here, where we are least prepared. We're going to divert some of these troops out of here, namely these gentlemen here. So we're going to shift the axis of attack here, or defense should I say, to here. Oh dear. Let's deal with this. Let's try and deal with this flanking force here. Come on, let's try and drag them past these guns here. Gentlemen, this is not a stroll. Oh, we're doing a terrific amount of damage here to them. Oh, they've taken a bit of a beating there, but so well. That's it, lads. Well done. Oh, gentlemen, hold. They're bringing a huge amount of forces in here. Let's see how they win against this lot. And they're bringing in more. We've got to stop this here. Oh, lads, hold steady now. We're then going to move around here and try and flank them. Come on, break, you fiends. Got them. We've got to try and intercept this here. Come on. We've got to keep these reinforcements from coming in. We've got to do it. Go on. We'll keep them in the trees here. Don't have many of them left, but still. Oh, come on, gentlemen, for goodness sake, move! Double time! They've gone. Swiss line infantry's gone. They've gone. Steady now, lads. Damn, they got 3-pounders coming in here. There it is, there it is. This is what I mean. We are stretched here on this flank. Very stretched. Jeepers creepers, great balls of fire. We've got to pull them away from here. We've got to keep them on the edge here because they're going to send a tremendous amount of forces along here. They're going to hit this flank really hard here. We've got to shift things up here. Gentlemen, please, this is not a stroll move. Got to give ourselves time here. Yes, we got them. Come on now, gentlemen. We're isolated here in Austrian territory. We are isolated. We're completely surrounded by enemies on every side. Come on now. Get out, get out, lads, get out! Get out of there, get out of there. Chase them out, we've got to kill everything we possibly can here. Got to send this regiment out. Got to get them out there. They're shattered, excellent to see. Let's see if we can just hit these gentlemen here. We're going to pin some movement these. Look at that. From all sides, sir. Come on, gentlemen, for goodness sake, fire. Damn the cuirassiers. Hold. I've lost Alpha. They've been shattered. They've broken. They've had enough there. They really have fought absolutely valiantly here. Actually, we've got to keep these 24-pounders off us. Oh, well done, sir. That's it. Keep them at bay, lads. These Austrian fiends here. What the blazes is going on here? How the blazes did they get into here? Because we weren't keeping an eye on things, that's why. Time to repel borders. Move into position. We cannot allow them to take any of this here. Come on, lads, for goodness sake. Right, let's take care of these. Let's take care of these once and for all. They're broken, they're gone. But by damn, they fought well. We have to readjust our lines here. Oh, General Zeno's en route. Oh, good grief. That's too much there. Don't you dare waver. Coming off the hill here. Got to pour in here, lads. Come on, we can't let them win here. Gentlemen, move! We've got to... Oh, look at that, those fiends there. Don't buckle, lads. Goodness me, what a fight. Wait a minute, we've got... Okay, we've got... That's good. Got additional forces here. We didn't need those generals in there, but still. Down to 2 men here. Oh, well, for goodness sake. They're quite clearly going to try and grapple up onto here. Right, now we've got to try and get rid of these on the walls here. Oh, gentlemen, please. God. Let's clear these. Let's clear these walls once and for all. Here they come. Here they come. They're shattered. They're shattered. They're not coming in anytime soon.
Close the shooting range.
We're going to hit this last regiment here. This regiment here is going to be hit, so we're going to cut the reinforcements. Oh my gosh, I salute you, sir. Oh, don't just stand there. Don't stand there like dummies. Move, sir. Where else do we need those reinforcements now? Here. My goodness me, they're sending a lot of forces in here. We've got to try and cut off the reinforcements as they come in here. Damn, they've broken. But they sacrificed themselves for the greater good. Got to keep these at arm's length here as well. Oh, you absolute fiends. Oh, gentlemen. We're going to switch them to this flank here now. Yeah, lads, get out. We've got to switch our fire here. Oh, marvellous. They're sending guns, which we don't need. So you can just go back. Oh, don't stand there. Don't stand there, gentlemen, in the middle of a fight. Move! Been an exemplary fight here. Now they're starting to bring a lot of troops in off the line here. We're going to hold our position here. Right, let's sort ourselves out here a minute. My goodness me. They've broken, they've had enough, but by my word, they have fought with such valour here, these horse. They really, really have. Those horse, let's get out of those horse. Here comes a new wave. Good, we've killed two of their enemy generals. Can we bleed the Austrians dry here? Is this going to be the graveyard of the Austrians here? If we can break this redoubt here, we can move into Hungary. And my word, that would give them absolute hell. Steady, lads, now, steady. Don't tell me this man here is insubordination is stopping you from fighting. This is unbelievable. Oh, that's a wonderful sight. Look at that. Get into them again, lads. Get into them. We don't need either of these, but these we do need. We need infantry, we need sheer numbers here, we don't need additional guns here. That's more like it. Time now, lads, double time. Look lively. Look at the sheer magnitude of the fight here, my friends. Look at the sheer brutality of this defence here. They've thrown everything they can at us here. We've held here. The bravery of these troops, of their generals, is exemplary. Here comes the additional firepower. They're going to throw everything they can at us here at the moment. What do we have here? Are they broken? Move. Get in that defensive formation. Get inside the walls, lads. How badly hit is this here? 69%. That could fall at any moment.
Shooting range! Line infantry! Yes, sir!
Oh, what a shot! Oh, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful shot. That saved us there from having to take a tremendous amount of fire. Oh, gentlemen. Looks like the majority of our fight is now going to be contained here. Are they broken? Into them, lads! Oh, it's an absolute joy. It's an absolute joy to see. Now they're starting to move even more infantry units into here. Right, let's get them inside. Now, can we shift these men from this particular front here? I think we're going to be... The blazes are you up to? We can now start even holding some reserve forces in reserve here. Gentlemen, this is not the parade ground anymore. This is war, gentlemen. It's the real things on drill. Move! Okay, that's a lot of forces coming in here. I have no idea what this is about here. We're not going to concern ourselves with that. Our concern is defence. A baptism of fire for these gentlemen, I think. But they've already been in the wars, as you can see. Double echelon. Double chevron, should I say. They've already been fighting. Get up here. In fact, we're going to replace these gentlemen here who've been fighting tooth and nail here. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh my goodness me. Are we actually dreaming here? Is this an illusion? Since when was the order given for you to evacuate this fort? These gentlemen are going to be pulled into the armory here. These gentlemen here are going to be taking their place. These gentlemen have earned the rest here, the respite within the armory. But I do not remember giving the order for these gentlemen here to evacuate the fort. Move! Oh, court martials will be in order here, sir, if this happens again. They're not sending these down at all. But these are coming. Yep, here they come. Oh my goodness me, Marines! Look at that! What a beautiful sight! Look at the hats alone! That's a lot of troops. That's a huge amount of forces coming off the line here. Yeah, these are shattered. I mean, we've absolutely butchered them here. Get inside this fort, gentlemen. Okay, they can sit there now. Just rest and recuperate here. Some R&R. Let's see them on the fort here. Get up those ladders. Get up those ladders, lads. Oh, it's on fire. This is on fire here. All it's missing here is marshmallows. Excellent. They're already set their place here. Even though they've taken part in a brutal fight there to defend the ramparts, they're still holding in the armory. They've been an absolute credit here to the United States Army, these forces here. They really have been an absolute credit. Oh, what the blazes is going on here? Gentlemen, remember your place here, please. Remember your training. The deployment there was absolutely poor. Ah. More victims for... oh my goodness me. They are sending an absolute barrage here. But because of the terrain, they've got to move themselves around and down here for some reason. But we're not going to complain. They do have these 6-pounders here. And these which have been firing and killing... they've actually been killing their own general, which I don't have a problem with at all. We've got cuirassiers which have been butchered here. Is this the last here, the hurrah, of the Austrians here? Mind you, they had 10,000 troops. I don't think we fought 10,000 troops just yet. It's almost a full complement here, a regiment. Look at the fight here. Look at this. Look at the battlefield here. It's... we salute the bravery of our opponents here for trying to assault this fort here, but by damn. look at the cost. Look at the cost. This battlefield here is littered with the dead here, all from the artillery. Come. Here they come. gentlemen, move! Command HQ is going to collapse very soon. This army group here has fought with great valour. Come on, gentlemen, we expect better hits here. What a shot there! Oh, that is an absolute joy to see. Send them in, gentlemen. Send them in. One thing we won't abide by is laziness. One thing I cannot stand is laziness. Move it, gentlemen. Oh, a wonderful shot there. Oh, look at that. By damn, we fought for these walls here. We have fought for these walls.
Close the shooting range!
Marines. These are the gentlemen we've got to take care of. Are these here. Look at that. Oh my gosh, what a magnificent looking force. These will crack open a defence if we're not careful. Look at that. Look at those plumes. They're going for it. They're going to come onto here. We've got to stand firm against these Marines because they will absolutely butcher us if we're not careful. nuts. Oh, that is wonderful to see. They've done exemplary there. Brilliant, they've broken them. Get stuck in there, lads. Get stuck in there. This is going to be extremely tough here to hold. How many have they got left? 143. That's more like it. Push them back, lads. Push them back. Hold this fort. Hold it. We have got so many troops coming in here. Get them on the bridge. Get them on the bridge, lads. Don't let them cross. We're going to pincer these Marines. It's the only way to take them down, because they will absolutely butcher us. Oh my goodness me, this has been quite extraordinary, to this defence here.
Yes, sir. Infantry. Yes, sir.
Don't back away from them, lads. Get stuck in there. That's how tough these Marines are. Look at how tough these Marines are. They're taking on 2 regiments. Come on, lads, you can win. You can win. Hold him. You can win. Oh. No, you can't. We can't allow them to take this wall. If they take this wall, then pretty much all of the Austrians will actually fly into here. Now, it's taking 3 regiments to put these Marines down. That's how tough these Marines are. My goodness me, that is a lot of stats and morale of the highest order. Push them back, lads, over the bridge. It's taken 3 regiments just to defeat these Marines. Come on, gentlemen, for goodness sake. What a shot. We've broken them. Ah, they're shattered. Report back to your posts. Report back to your posts, gentlemen.
Line infantry. Yes, sir.
Oh, look at that. Already, Commander. Well, my friends, that was a terrific fight. The Marines have been shattered, but it took 3 regiments just to break the Marines, let alone... Ceasefire.
Line infantry.
We have held here, my friends, against great odds. Almost done it, we've almost done it. What a fight. Excuse my phone there, friends. Let's speed things up here. Swiss infantry, that can cause us a few problems. Jeepers creepers. They're sending... Oh, goodness me. That is late Marines. That is another regiment of full Marines. They're sending their best at us here, they really are. Militia, line infantry, dragoons, more line infantry. Look how many are coming in off the line here. This is absolutely extraordinary. we're almost done. We've almost held here. Oh, what a shot there. Oh, straight away they've taken well over a dozen of them off there. Well over. Nearly half of them gone. This been... Oh my goodness me. The fire support there was exemplary, sir. What a defence this has been. What a magnificent defence. That's all you can say about this. It has been a wonderful display of courage here. It really has.
Close the shooting range! Line infantry! Close the shooting range!
Oh, wonderful. Ceasefire. Oh my gosh, that was the last shot there before the order was given to cease firing. And it has effectively broken these Marines. Look at that. These magnificent looking regiment here has been absolutely decimated. What a waste of troops. What the blazes? Don't give in. Don't you dare give this wall up here, lads. They've buckled. They've buckled. We've almost done it. We've almost done it. Even if they send more troops in here, we've held, my friends, we've held.
Line infantry!
We've done it. Oh, they've been absolutely vanquished. Now they're throwing everything at us now to try and break these lines here. Excuse any noise in the back, my friends. You probably can know who that is. That's why they've got a lot. Look at that. They've got a lot of morale, high morale here because of the number of chevrons they've got here. We're going to have to switch troops from one flank to the other. It's as simple as that. We've almost done it, we've almost done it. Oh, that's a wonderful sight to see, it really is. Yes, we've done it! Oh, we've done it, my friends. Heroic victory. We held. What a fight that was. In the Austrian cauldron there. We held again. that was a fight and a half. 10,000 reinforcements they had. If we hadn't moved into that fortress there, if we hadn't moved into that fort, then we would have lost that battle quite possibly. They lost 10,000 men. We lost 1,703. They lost 10,000. They got 1,735 men left. The statistics here. Oh my gosh, look at the kill. Look at the kill ratios here. 520 men. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Excuse the graphic glitch, my friends. Whenever you get into a fort battle, sometimes when you come out of it, this glitches. That is absolutely extraordinary. We've broken the Austrians in Hungary. We've broken them. We've broken the Austrians. At last. Whoa, wait a minute. Where's France going? We've broken the Austrians. This is going to be a real test here. What will the Germans do here? I knew it. They're moving forces up into Hanover. A lot of movement here in Berlin, but not outwards yet. Not outwards into the sort of strategic depths, as it were, into the interior of our lands here. They haven't forced a fight here against the Marine Expeditionary Army group here. But they're reinforcing Berlin Oh, actually they're moving out, I do beg your pardon. In fact, they're moving into the Gdansk area here. They're stripping the Berlin garrison. Now they're moving into the Don here as well. Blazes. They're moving on Gdansk. They're moving on Gdansk. We're going to take this fight, my friends, but that will be next episode. And this is going to be quite the fight here. Quite the fight indeed. But we're going to take this fight. We can hold this. We do have the facilities here, especially the fire support we have available here, and we got a full Republican Guard army waiting here. They're pushing in for Gdansk here. We have to intercept here and try and beat them back here, fight them back away from the outskirts of Gdansk. But my friends, that is for another time. I know we didn't get all our plans established as we were today, because we've been, of course, with the wars we've got established, it might take a while, but I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please always remember, my friends, your plans will come to fruition. I can promise you, everything you've put down in the comments will come to fruition. But of course, we're going to have fights in between us getting ourselves ready for those operations. So these fights are sort of going to slow down our sort of ability to put these operations into effect, but they will come to fruition, I can promise you. I'd like to thank you once again, my friends, for all your wonderful comments, wonderful support. It's been absolutely fantastic, it really, really has. You are shaping and moulding and guiding this campaign in this direction. It is the council that is driving this campaign in its entirety here. It really, really is, and it's wonderful to see. I'd like to thank you again, all your wonderful support. Please keep your comments coming down below if you've enjoyed this episode. And once again, my friends, we shall see you on the battlefield once again, all of us together, side by side, my friends, fighting once again in this campaign. And it's going to be not only brutal, but it's going to be a wonderful fight. It really is. We're going to hold Gdansk. We have to hold Gdansk. We cannot give Germans this foothold in our lands here. But my friends, until then, bye for now.